Cruel? He advances eyes hard. Want to know what's cruel? Having Kelly's sister ask me about our sex life at the grocery store. Having your friends giggle every time I walk into a room. Finding out my girlfriend's been broadcasting every private moment like some kind of relationship podcaster. Hey, it's Pete. Fixing leaky pipes never bothered me. 6 years as a plumber, I've seen every kind of mess imaginable. My buddies at work share wild stories about crazy customers and disaster jobs. But personal stuff? That stays private. Always has. Megan used to joke about my blue-collar silence when we first started dating. You're like one of those strong, silent types from romance novels, she'd say, curled against me on the couch. I'd kiss her forehead and keep quiet, making her laugh harder. 18 months together now. My tools scatter our apartment's spare room, and her psychology textbooks fill our shelves. She's 2 years into her master's program, always talking about trust and communication. The irony hits me later. Tonight starts normal. I come home covered in pipe grime, boots muddy from a flooded basement job. Megan's making pasta, dancing to something poppy in her headphones. She gives me her usual nose smile. My work clothes stink, but she never complains. Rough day. She stirs the sauce, peering over her shoulder. Nothing major. First pipe in some guy's wine cellar. I kick off my boots. Gonna grab a shower. Good timing. Tanya and Kelly want a video chat in 20. She taps her phone. Girl stuff. I leave her giggling with her friends and hit the shower. These nights usually end with us curled on the couch or telling me random bits about her friends' lives while I pretend to follow all the drama. Except tonight, everything changes. I stare at Megan's phone on the coffee table, screen still lit. My hand hovers over it, ready to tap it dark when words catch my eye. OMG girl, spill everything about last night with Pete. My stomach drops. Megan's in her shower now. She always takes one after I'm done. The water runs steady through our apartment walls as I scan up through her group chat. My chest tightens with each message. Intimate details. Private moments. Things I whispered to her in darkness, now dissected with crying laughing emojis and OMG so cute reactions. A message from Tanya. But what about the thing he said during you promised to tell us? Kelly, Pete seems so different from Brad. Way more romantic. My hands shake. 2 nights ago, I told Megan how I'd fallen for her the moment she smiled at me across that crowded bar. How her laugh made everything brighter. Private words meant for her alone. The bathroom door creaks. I drop the phone. Hey babe, did you order dinner yet? Megan pads into the living room, hair wrapped in a towel. She freezes when she sees my face. What's wrong? Your phone lit up. My voice comes out hollow. I saw the messages. Color drains from her cheeks. She glances at her phone, then back to me. Oh. That's it. Heat rises in my throat. You've been sharing everything about us with your friends? Pete. She grabs her phone, clutching it to her chest. It's not what you think. Not what I think. I pull up from the couch, pacing our cramped living room. You told them about our first time together. About what I said when we... My voice cracks. Those moments were supposed to be ours. God, you don't understand. She runs fingers through damp hair, voice rising slightly. My friends and I share everything. We always have. It's how we process stuff and... Process what? My laugh comes out sharp. What's there to process about our private moments? You're making it sound so much worse than it is. She follows me into the kitchen. We were talking about relationships, and it came up naturally. Tanya was asking for advice about Mike and... I don't want to hear about Tanya and Mike. I grip the counter edge. This is about us. About trust. Trust? Pete, come on. She steps closer, voice softening. Baby, they love you. They're always saying how lucky I am, how sweet you are. Stop. I pull away. That makes it worse. Now every time I see them, I'll wonder what they know. What private moments they've laughed about. Nobody's laughing. Her eyes shine with tears now. You're twisting everything around. It's normal girl talk, not some big betrayal. Everyone shares relationship stuff. You're being what? The edge of my voice makes her flinch. Too sensitive. Sorry if I don't want our intimate moments turned into group chat entertainment. That's not fair. She wipes her eyes. You share stuff with your work friends. About burst pipes and flooded basements. The counter edge digs into my palms. Not about special moments. Not about things meant to stay between us. Pete, please. Her voice cracks. You're making this into something huge when it's not. My friends help me understand things, work through stuff. Work through what? Well, rises in my throat. What's so complicated about us that you need a focus group? Not for me. My voice comes out quiet final. I'm going to bed. I can't talk about this anymore tonight. I turn away from her stammer protests and walk to our bedroom, closing the door with a soft click. Through the wall, I hear her pacing the living room, her muffled phone conversation probably updating her friends about our fight. Later, I lie in our bed, staring at the ceiling. The couch springs creaked as Megan settles in for the night. Good. I need this space. Need time to process how many of our private moments became public entertainment. Every shared secret. Every vulnerable moment replays in my mind, now tainted by invisible observers. Am I overreacting? The question circles like a vulture. But each time I close my eyes, I see message bubbles filled with my private moments, followed by crying, laughing emojis. See her friends' faces at our next game night, knowing everything. Trust, once cracked, spiderwebs through everything. And I'm starting to wonder if any moment with Megan was ever truly just ours. Hey there, Megan here. 3 days of Arctic silence crawl by. Pete moves through our apartment like a ghost, speaking only when necessary. My gut twists every time he walks past me, his eyes sliding away like I'm not even there. I try carrying on as normal, but tension crackles between us like static electricity. Every time my phone buzzes, his jaw tightens. Tanya wants details about our fight. Nothing to tell. I type back, curled in my office chair at work. He's being dramatic. The group chat explodes with supportive messages. Men are so weird about privacy. Mike was like that at first too. He'll get over it. They're right. Everyone shares relationship stuff. Pete needs to grow up, but doubt gnaws at my stomach during quiet moments between client sessions. I catch myself staring at old photos on my phone. Pete and me at the beach, at his sister's wedding. His smile reaches his eyes in every shot. He barely looks at me now. You need to stand your ground. Kelly says over wine at her place. Next he'll be checking your phone. I nod, swirling my glass. But Pete's face when he saw those messages. It's controlling behavior. Tanya chimes in. Classic red flag. My phone lights up with another group message. I silence it. At home, Pete cooks dinner in silence. The chicken sizzles in the pan, filling our kitchen with the scent of herbs and garlic. We eat watching TV. The show's laugh track highlighting our own quiet. I reach for his hand during a commercial. He flinches. Still mad. I try for lightness in my voice. Not mad. He stands, taking his plate. Tired. Can we talk about this? I follow him to the kitchen. I hate this tension. He rinses his plate, shoulders rigid. Sure. Let's talk. How about I start sharing everything with my work buddies? Every detail about you. Every private moment. My chest tightens. That's different. Why? He turns eyes sharp. I'll tell them about your birthmark. About how you cried during certain movies. About what you like in bed. That sound good? Stop it. He floods my face. You know that's not the same thing. Exactly. His laugh holds no humor. Because when it's your privacy, suddenly it matters. The words hit like a slap. He leaves me standing in the kitchen. Bathroom door closing with quiet finality. Sleep comes harder each night. I roll toward his warmth. But he stays firmly on his edge of the mattress. The wall between us grows brick by brick. Tanya texts again. Updates. I stare at the message. My thumb hovers over the keyboard. For the first time, sharing feels wrong. But these are my friends. They've gotten me through everything. They deserve to know what's happening. He's still being weird about it, I type. Says he might start telling his friends everything about me. The responses flood in. OMG, so toxic. He's trying to manipulate you. Stand your ground, girl. But their words ring hollow now. In bed, Pete's breathing stays carefully measured. His back a fortress wall between us. I reach for my phone. Muscle memory seeking comfort in the group chat. My screen fills with their concerned messages. Their analysis of Pete's behavior. Their advice and support. But with each notification, the knot in my stomach tightens. When did sharing everything become so complicated? At work the next day, a client talks about trust issues. The irony isn't lost on me. I'm supposed to be studying relationships, understanding human connection. Instead, I'm watching my own relationship crumble over something that should be simple. Kelly invites me for coffee. You need to get out of that apartment, she says. It's toxic. I nod, but the word doesn't fit. Pete isn't toxic. He's hurt. The distinction matters, but I can't explain it to them without sharing more. And that's exactly what started this mess. My phone buzzes with another group message. I turn it face down. The distance between Pete and me stretches wider each day. Every conversation carries the weight of unspoken accusations. Every touch holds hesitation. Even our morning routine, once a comfortable dance of shared space and casual intimacy, has become a careful negotiation of distance. Trust, I'm learning, is easier to break than fix. And I'm still not sure which of us is right. A week of forced normalcy weighs on me like wet concrete. Megan tries too hard at breakfast, chattering about work while I stare into my coffee. A grub response is watching her phone face down on a table, a new habit she thinks I haven't noticed. I suggest a walk in Palmer Park. Neutral ground. We need to talk. A stop at our usual bench, autumn leaves crunching under my boots. About boundaries. Megan sits, hands twisting in her lap. I understand why you're upset, do you? Wind rustles through golden leaves. Because you're still sharing details with them. Her head snaps up. How? Kelly's boyfriend high-fived me at the gym. Said he heard I was quite the romantic. The memory burns fresh. Told me all about what I said to you last week. Red floods her cheeks. I didn't mean. Every time we're together now, I wonder who'll hear about it. The words pour out like rain. Every conversation feels like a potential screenshot. How can I be close to you when I'm performing for an audience? I'll stop. She grabs my hand. I promise. No more sharing private stuff. But her tone carries an edge of resentment. Like I'm being unreasonable. Controlling. That night, we try for intimacy. Her hands slide under my shirt, but I'm too aware. Too conscious of invisible eyes. I pull away, claiming exhaustion. Days blur together. I catch her texting during movies, angling the screen away when I glance over. At dinner with friends, inside jokes fly between her and Kelly. My stomach churns, wondering what they are really laughing about. Work used to be escape. Now my phone burns in my pocket, imagining Megan sharing fresh details with her friends. Dave notices my distraction when I nearly cross two wires. Women, he says, assuming normal relationship drama. Can't live with him. A grunt, focusing on the circuit board. If he only knew. At home, Megan leaves her laptop open while showering. The message notification catches my eye. OMG, he's being so weird about the privacy thing still. Like, does he think we don't all share everything? My own words about trust thrown back, dissected by her friends. That night, I try explaining again. It's not about sharing, I say over takeout containers. It's about respect. About keeping some things just between us. I get it. She pushes rice around her plate. I haven't told him anything private. You told Tanya about our fight last night. Her fork clatters. That's different. Everything's different when it's you doing it. The words come out tired rather than angry. There's always an excuse. They're my support system. Her voice rises. You can't expect me to never talk to my friends. There's a difference between talking and sharing every detail of our relationship. I stand, container half full. But you don't want to see it. Later, I find her message history open on her iPad. Force of habit makes me scroll. Fresh messages discuss my controlling behavior and trust issues. Trust issues. The phrase follows me to bed. Megan slides close, seeking reconciliation through touch. But her hands on my skin make me think of her friends dissecting every moment, analyzing every reaction. I roll away. Pete. Her voice sounds small in the darkness. Not tonight. The next morning, I overhear her on the phone in the kitchen. He's different now, she says. Everything I do is wrong. I clear my throat entering. She jumps, phone vanishing into her pocket. We dance our new choreography of awkward movements and averted eyes. At work, I stare at a burst pipe, thinking how easier it is to fix the broken trust. Water follows rules. Pressure points make sense. Relationships blur everything. That evening, I try one last time. Can you understand why this hurts? Can you understand why I need my friends? We're speaking different languages now. Every word gets lost in translation. In bed, I remember how she used to share funny stories about her day, her face pressed against my chest. Now every story feels filtered, rehearsed. Like she's already shared the good version with her real audience. Trust, once broken, leaves wounds too deep to ignore. And I'm starting to wonder if they'll ever heal. Over several weeks, every buzz of my phone triggers Pete's cold stare. I've moved my daily calls with Tanya to lunch breaks at work, hidden our group chat behind a book club name, started deleting messages immediately. The sneaking around makes me angry. These are my friends, not some dirty secret. Let me see your phone. Pete says one night, hand extended. Excuse me. He floods my face. Show me you're not still sharing everything with him. No, I clutch my phone tighter. You don't get to control who I talk to. His laugh comes out sharp, right? Because I'm the controlling one, not the person treating our relationship like a reality show for her friends. Stop it. My voice shakes. You're being cruel, cruel. He advances ice hard. Want to know what's cruel? Having Kelly's sister ask me about our sex life at the grocery store, having your friends giggle every time I walk into a room, finding out my girlfriend's been broadcasting every private moment like some kind of relationship podcaster. Tears burn my eyes. You're twisting everything. Am I? He grabs his own phone, opens WhatsApp. Here's what I sent my buddy Mike. Hey, man. Megan does this thing in bed where she stop. I snatch at his phone. What's wrong? His voice drips sarcasm. I thought sharing intimate details was normal. Isn't that what you said? That's different. And you know it. Yeah, it is different. He pockets his phone because I didn't actually send anything. Unlike you. I retreat to the bathroom, hands shaking. Tanya answers on the first ring. He's getting worse. I whisper. He's threatening to tell his friends private stuff about me. Oh my God, honey. That's emotional abuse. The words it's heavy in my chest. Is it abuse? Pete's words pierce deeper each day. But something about that label feels wrong at home. Silence stretches between us like taffy. Pete checks my phone when he thinks I'm sleeping. I catch him scrolling through my iPad one morning, his face dark, found anything good to control me with. I snap. Just more proof you can't stop yourself. He tosses the iPad onto the couch. 3 new messages to Tanya about our fight yesterday. Real private stuff. They're my friends. They're your audience. He grabs his keys, and I'm done performing. The door slams. I sink onto the couch, fingers flying over my phone. He's being impossible. I type to the group, acting like I betrayed him. Their responses flood in, dump him. Major red flags. You deserve better. But their words ring hollow now. In quieter moments, doubt creeps in. When did sharing everything become so automatic? Why does keeping secrets from Pete feel more natural than keeping them for him? The next morning, his voice comes cold over coffee. I saw your messages about me being abusive. My mug freezes halfway to my lips. I never said. No, your friends did. And you agreed. His eyes lock on mine. Is that what you really think? That setting boundaries is abuse? You're not setting boundaries, I shoot back. You're controlling me. Right. He stands. Because asking my girlfriend to keep our private life private is controlling. Tell me, Megan, what exactly am I controlling? Your right to humiliate me? Your freedom to let your friends dissect every intimate moment? Stop making it sound so. What? Accurate. He backs away. You want to talk about control? How about how you've made me second-guess every moment between us? How I can't be vulnerable anymore. Because I'm wondering which friend will hear about it first. The truth in his words stings. But admitting it feels like betraying my friends. They've been there through everything. They're my support system. My sounding board. My enablers. A small voice whispers. I can't do this anymore. Pete says quietly. I can't be intimate with someone who sees me as content for group chat entertainment. That's not fair. No, he agrees. It's not. 2 days later, I'm packing boxes while Pete's at work. Tanya and Kelly help. Their chatter filling our once shared space. They parse through our relationship's remnants like critics after a show. You're better off, Kelly insists. He was too controlling. Even now, part of me thinks he overreacted.